I will be doing so great tonight, right here on this very day. And we are grateful to the Almighty God for everything that we are going through. And with God, all things are possible. My name is Cyprian Goss, and we are right here with you tonight on this very day. We are grateful. We are grateful. We'll forever remain grateful to the Almighty God, Adam and Maurice, and the rest of the other people. How you doing? I know you've been in class for quite a long time now. We're almost at 8:28 from right here. And thanks to all those who made their way early in class enough, waiting the start of lecture series to continue here on this very time. Let me say how's up to all of you, great people. Max Reed was first be here. So I'm just going to run through them. Thank you so much, Susan. And the rest of the other folks, thanks so much. Time is of essence, so we can now rumble into this business. Let me tell you something, and let me say it tonight. How you doing? How's everything with you people? We are on Thursday. Today is Thursday. Can you imagine today is the 12th? So by Sunday will be the 15th. But that 15th is going to be pushed to the celebration or the observance of that 15th day, which has to do with J.J. Roberts' birthday. It's going to be pushed to Monday. So you have a long weekend starting from Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and that of Monday. Tuesday, we are right back here into business. But again, on those days, we don't go resting as media practitioners, except for some of you whose job areas will require for your offices to shut down in observance of the day. So not for people like us. So we are not into this. And we are very grateful to the Almighty God for everything. And we thank God that we are certainly getting there. And with God, all things are possible. And we will certainly get there. Whether you like it or not, we will get there. I love the fact that we are here, so I think we will certainly get there, and we look forward to seeing what comes out for all of us. And we are working. All right, so that is it right here on this very day. How you doing? How's everything with you people? We are getting there. You say you want Buaka. I hope I pay. Anyway, we are grateful to the Almighty God that we are all here tonight to share with you what matters the most. And there are a lot of things happening in Liberia as we speak. Things are falling apart. And with the exceptions of some development initiatives that were derived or that were born out of the vision of President Wheon as to see how our country progress, is that path the Unity Party is on. So that I appreciate them as government of continuity. Though government of continuity is always called for, but you can't continue into bad things. For the fact that Joseph Boakai is continuing into the good things of Wheon, it demonstrates how George Wheon laid the country's foundation on developmental politics. We had always had our political issues here, but the foundation of our country's politics had always been on the basis of deceptive politics, where the citizens don't benefit anything. They don't get anything. So they will always elect people and they never get anything. They never see the reason why they elect people. So they never had benefits that they could see for themselves, where their government would do for them and serve them. Because that's the basis of putting people there to serve you. So you go to the people, you ask them to say, look, I want for me to serve you. This is the manner in which you're supposed to be served. But this serving you have there is not serving you right. I will be able to serve you the right way. And when the people listen to that, because their conditions will always be deplorable, especially when you are going to them at that time, they will see the need to have a change in leadership or change in servantship. So they will place you there. But in short, people have always exploited the people, use them, and then just dump them. Nowadays, in fact, it was weird. Because take, for instance, we have over 15,000 troops, armed troops in this country. The money was rolling. NGOs were present. So all the government needed to do was, since the people there were more people involved into private sector jobs, meaning the concentration was not towards the government at the time. The concentration, because what the presence of UNMIL and other international NGOs, local NGOs did in this country, they took the concentration of opportunities or employment opportunities or job opportunity, they took that huge traffic of concentration towards government, they shifted it towards the private sector then. So what the government needed to do, the government now had less load to deal with. The government could have done better on former President Ellen Johnson Sirleaf or on the Unity Party in their first 12 years, in their 12 years, for them to have done better. Because at that time, the concentration has shifted. So people now could get their own resources. In fact, tax generation was very key because you could see people working, they paying their taxes because the private sector was booming, right? Unlike now, where income generation from employment opportunities has dropped. Ask the LRA, they will tell you that more people are not paying taxes as of job-related taxes now. Real property already, most people don't like to pay their real property taxes and things. Though I know we have a lot on that. So the government would have done well at the time to take the monies that were coming in to say, look, since the UNMIL in here and we get people working and whatever it is, let's take this money and put it into so development. Let's build the other stretch of road. And you see, the government of former President Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, who gave us some credits in constructing a road from ERWA Junction. Is it ERWA Junction? No, not ERWA Junction. From, how do you call the place? Cotton Tree, It's a Cotton Tree in Habe. When you cross the bridge, right? When you cross the bridge, from Cotton Tree, straight to Buchanan, they did our road. Now, they took it from, is it Ominga they stop or where they stop? Because we had this on stretch too. So they took the road from either Rare Hill or somewhere there after they took the gas station in Rare Light. They took it from there straight to Banga, passing through Banga, going Nima County, Ganta, and passing through there. They took it there. Quality roads. The biggest roads achievements under Ellen Johnson Sirleaf that is there from Cotton Tree all the way to Buchanan City, then from Red Light, I know Red Hill or something like that when you get to there. So from there straight near the Ominga area there, from there straight to Ganta, stretching as far as Ganta. Those were the roads that they did under those conditions. Those were the roads that they did. Now, did we not have the opportunity to have community roads? The way we had decided to prioritize community roads. Yes, we will still do community roads. But community roads were not of priority under the former President Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. Some of the community roads he did, I think the Caldwell Road. Yeah, the Caldwell Road was some of the community roads he did. Caldwell Road, somewhere else again. Caldwell Road. The Japan Freeway, the other stretch towards the Japan Freeway, because that one way they did. So the one way towards the Japan Freeway, one side, they did that. But that was under their arrangement that our entire road was going to be paved. So it was a project that was initiated by former President Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, contracting the Japanese government or in consultation or in bilateral relations with the Japanese government, and they did that. So what the CDC did was to have come to what? Do the other stretch on the other side, government of continuity. So government will always continue into good things. The bad ones are not meant to be continued. So when I say government of continuity will always look at good things. Now, so the question I'm asking now is, the overhead pass, was it a project that was so bad that we are then reached that no matter what the circumstances are, any government that we have come, they will have shifted that? No, that's a good project. That was a good project. So government of continuity goes there. The credit should go to the previous government that had a vision to have that engagement so that will happen. Though I know they did not want to give credit because the Power Minister, who was then minister, he said, I know all that thing will pass it ever since. All the things are scanned. But let's leave that, right? Because we know they were here. And if they had passed it, and then the citizens were talking about 2 overhead passes, These desperate opposition people that we know that were in opposition at the time, they were very desperate. That they were not coming to jump on the thing and say, no, it was not a project from the government. No, they would have said it because CDC, if it was Unity Party project, CDC would have said it. Right? CDC recognized everything that was associated with former President Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. One thing that was clear about it is that the transition from Ellen to Wheon was very smooth. There was a relationship between Ellen. So Wheon did not have to take Ellen project. And unlike Joseph Boakai, where the transition from Wheon to Boakai is very terrible, where Boakai does not want to recognize Wheon for anything. It was not like that. So there was no basis for Wheon not acknowledging Ellen's effort in the overhead passes. Wheon was not like that. Wheon was not a grateful person. He wouldn't have done that. So the United Party people who were desperately at that time, that day one will come tell you, say, when we had the free tuition, right? If Unity Party was anywhere around free tuition, they would have challenged it. Every other thing, because we are on a development issues that were not inherited. So everything you talk about was glaring. When we was taking the road from Ellen Farm to say, look, they put money to Ellen Farm, let's take that road project from there and divert it. A government of continuity, right? But we did not continue on our path. We had decided to take that money, since the project had not started, we had decided to take that money and say, look, let's take that money and shift it towards the RIA road and make the RIA road fully. We'll add it up because the money there is small. So we'll add it up. So as a result of that, the vision towards the RIA road, you can credit it to Ellen. Because Ellen owned a vision at the time was to have a road going to her farm. Not even the bombing road, not the first bombing road to go to Topman Borough, but bombing road that will go straight to Jire, the road that will lead straight from the road straight to Jirejua. That kind of road they were talking about. Right? So we have said no, we'll divert it. We'll take it from Ellen Farm Road and then we'll carry it straight to Rabos International Airport, where every one of us at least will have that the vision there you see today. Today, the government is maybe what they call, I don't know what it is, but that's it. So that's the road project that's ongoing there. Government of continuity. Right? Now, the government of continuity, the Joseph Boakai administration had been into the business of cherry picking. Right? So every day they get ready with it one, they say we'll continue with it one, the other one will not continue with it, the other one will not continue with it. Anything that does not serve their interest or they intend to steal, right? They will forget about it. So the question now is, if you say it's government of continuity, the overhead pass, continuity, all the AEC projects that are running here, continuity, the solar plan, continuity, everything else, continuity. Why the continuity could not work with tenure positions? You took off all the people from tenure positions. It's supposed to be government of continuity. Like Joseph Boakai now appoint people in offices, right? Okay, Josh, we had appointed those people. Joseph Boakai appoints people in offices today, and those people are protected by tenure. It is not a business of Wheon when he comes back in 2029 to come and remove those people. Once they legally got in those positions, except for the ones that did not get there legally, that the foundation of their entry there is a problem. Those people will move from office. But I want them that no matter what it is, they got there legally, Wheon will not come to undo it because of Joseph Boakai put in there. Look, when people come to serve, the first thing we look at is they are serving the state and not a political party. So we'll not assume that that person is serving a political party for which we're moving them from there. No. We'll say you are serving the state. We'll now observe you to serve the state. Anything short of that will remove you. That constitutes you want to undermine the state. In fact, we can charge you for economic sabotage. We charge you for sabotage and other things. We'll take you from there. Because the idea is you can be undermining the state because of political party. When we catch you, you are off and we charge you. You are in this position to do SYC. Why are you not doing it? So you see, some of the issues that be unfolding, that's it there. So government of continuity, they will look at the tenure position and say, now continuity. We'll chakla all the people, will take them from there. We'll lie on them. We'll put crime on them. We'll take them from there. Then, those things, like I said, if a government comes to power and the government believes that, look, there are certain policies of this government that they instituted that were not good policies for the citizens and the citizens were not happy with it and will affect the citizens, even if the policy had not taken effect. But the government that came to power saw it, that this policy, when implemented, will now benefit the interests of the citizens. That government can change it and say, no, we're not going that path. So that's what I talk about. I use the Jirejua project as an example, right? That project was a project initiated, executed, and let me say signed by the Unity Party government for a road to go to Elifan. But the road had not commenced. The road project had not commenced, and the CDC took over. The CDC, in its view, saw it that carrying road to Elifan would not be of substantial benefit to the ordinary Liberian or to the citizenry as compared to getting the RRA road fully from there straight to give us a decent look or to give a good window to our country, especially for investors coming to the country, for them to have a good look about us. They changed that, right? They are not taking, no, they changed that. Then let's come to the traffic management issue. That's one bad law, I agree. Because the Unity Party folks are saying that it is George Weah who signed that traffic management thing. Okay, let's agree, even you're not finger it, for argument's sake. Now, what we call arguendo. Now, let's agree that you people did not finger it at all. You didn't finger it. Let's agree you didn't finger that document. You agree that indeed it is not good, it's taking job from Liberians to foreigners. You agreed. But you said that we are passing so that everything will hold that is a law that a government that came to power and then wanted to hurt the interests of the people. You have a position to say, no, we will not honor this. Do you know how many tenure positions then that you say, Joseph Boga, you say you not honor it? So that the only law, because tenure positions are law now, that the only law you see that you will uphold because you have interest in it. All the construction companies that indeed we are saying that they were used to be criticizing under CTA or GSC, NAS or whatever, blah, blah, blah. Everything they condemn, they are operating with them today because they have interest in it. If they were not having interest in it, they boom. They were going to undo all of it because they've done it. The government has demonstrated that anything that the government believes that will affect the interest in their governance, they will undo it. They've demonstrated that. All the people that move from 10 position, you know what is that? The people will not honor our government. They can't honor our government, will take them from there. So they took these people off. What happened to traffic management? You claim that George Weah signed it. Though George Weah did not put it into motion, it did not take place. So you now came to power now, you just took the whole thing you see now. The bad thing, you agree that bad thing, but that the only George Weah bad thing that you won't carry. Because that George Weah bad thing is benefiting you, that the only thing you see to carry. That the only thing you see to execute, though it had not even commenced. That the only thing you see to carry. Because you get interest in it. Though George Weah signature, the George Weah man that you don't want to even see at all. If you truly believe that you don't want to see anything from Weah that resemble Weah, or that was born of Weah, that was created by Weah, and you saw Weah's signature on that thing, and you hear Liberian people saying that jobs coming from Liberians and going to foreigners, you hear it every day, but you taking that one and running with it, and then beating people at transport ministry and protecting foreigners. But you want us to believe that you don't let Weah, or no, you don't know you don't let Weah. The reason is very glaring, that your interest is not there. So anything you're interested in about it, once you're interested in it, even if it came from Weah, you will take it. Joseph Boga demonstrated that when he was in opposition. He didn't really like Weah. But because the money that George Weah was sending was beneficial to him, he accepted it. So anything that benefits Joseph Boga, it can even come from the devil. He will not see the devil as devil. He will take it. That's why he has demonstrated over the periods. Because for us to see what he's doing to Weah, it's not just start. It's a grudge that he had always. You know why I tell somebody to send you to hospital? You come from there, you go stay in land to go do protest. It's not really an inherent grudge that you have or bitterness that you have for that person. The person still helping you, but you still get something against them. It's not really something that rings bell, because once it comes to what it is, or it comes to that thing that benefits Joseph Boga, even if it came from Weah, Joseph Boga will use it. You don't care. Now, George Weah signature, they say they're running away here, so with the traffic management. Now, George Weah signature. They even fought and all my and say, they did not want to say, well, hold Joseph Boga now issue order, he not send the order. Here, every other thing, they are taking it. The traffic management, taking jobs from Liberians. That the only thing Joseph Boakai able to run with a George Weah signature on that is there. But all the George Weah green letter he gave to people to appoint them in the position, any position he canceled out everything. He canceled all the ones. He ain't going to continue that one. And those are ones that bury the signatures of George Weah as well. All the 10 position orders that George Weah letter carried in there. But the other letters, he saw it. No, we can't work with these letters that George Weah said. We don't want anybody associated with George Weah to be into 10 positions. You did that. The C signature on traffic management. And you know that it's against the Liberian people. But you force it, you're forcing it, you're taking it, you are running with it, and you are doing whatever with it. That's just who you are. So we come and sit here, and some of us see these things when we are talking to them. I say, oh, Ebine, you're talking Ebine. I'm not just talk. I look at reality, I place it where it is. I place it right where it is. We look at realities. We speak to the issues. Is it not really bad? No. Government is continuated, but government will only continue into good things. Government can't continue into bad things. No. You can see bad things that you know are affecting the people. You can continue inside. No, you can't continue in that. Right? Yeah. They are bad things that Joseph Boakai doing now, like the way police brutality and things. You think government continuity, George Weah will come to power, and then he can't do the same police brutality or beating people for protesting here and there. You can't continue into those kind of bad things. Because you already condemned it. You say it's not right. You are against it. You can't continue it. And say that our own time will do our own too. Then what was the essence of condemning it at the time? Right? So we look at that. And then we tell people, this is what it is. A brother of mine, myself, were coming to work and coming. And then we see the oil pass issues are going here and there. And then we ask the question, why are we Liberians just like this? And whether they like it or not, they go out, they come down. Whatever you people do, we know projects that are tied to George Weah, his vision, or whatever it is. That's it. We will know it and we'll continue to highlight it because that is what it is. And people will now understand these things. And some of us, without yellow campus sense into the heads of people whose heads are blocked, we don't get time for that. Because me, I speak to what I think I will speak to tomorrow. I don't speak to things in the way I see it today because I'm just seeing it today. I look into the future and say the same thing, were it to come in the future, what will be my position? So the position I will establish in the future is the same position I should be able to express today so that I am consistent. So you see people talking about, a friend of mine called me and then talking about, look, Abby, talk about Abby, you know what? You know what they talk about? Where, I don't know what is song, what's the song shout that they play in Mopo Your Crow. I think I talked about it the last time. Ask the question. Why we Liberians always interpret things the wrong way? You must say, let me ask you a question. Is it not true that where the sun shines is where you're supposed to hang your clothes? Is it not true? It's true. It is true that where sun shines is where you hang your clothes. So let's look at the sun and let's look at you. When the sun is shining, does the sun shine on one person? Say you want to use sun. When the sun is shining, does the sun shine on one? Because what they are telling you is personal. It got nothing to do with the country. They say AB. They play the sunshine that they play. You must take your clothes. You go and put it there so that your one cloth will get dry. How is it possible that the sun will be shining and it's supposed to shine on everybody? And only your one cloth you will take and put under the sun. Only your one cloth will get dry. Get that drying machine you put in your house where only one cloth. How does that one work? You see, our people take these good positions and they interpret it in a selfish way. It's true. The way you so why does that play that sun shining now? They place the sun shining because sun should shine on everybody. So let's agree. Now they didn't like Joseph Boakai. But I see that as a result of Joseph Boakai leadership, the sun is shining on Liberia. Things are working for Liberia. Liberians are not experiencing wet days anymore. So RAB now, that song is shining, right? It's shining on everybody. It's drying everybody clothes. So RAB, it is upon me to even if I did not like whatever it is, I like Joseph Boakai, I am honor obligated because I don't want to, because Liberian people are enjoying honor Joseph Boakai. So if they're enjoying honor Joseph Boakai, and then the sun is shining on every other Liberian, will it not be right for me to take my clothes and then put it there too? That's the question you ask yourself. But everything they say is for selfish reason. Why is sun that shining on Liberians for which I should take my clothes to put there? Honor Joseph Boakai. Joseph Boakai governance is the sun. It's supposed to shine. And when sun shines, it does not shine on one person. It shines on everybody. So Joseph Boakai's sun is shining on his wife, his children, his ministers. It's shining on his, I don't know, whatever, his cronies. It's shining on most of the government officials around here. And because you want me to be in a selective and minute portion of those the sun shining on, I'm going to take my own clothes and put it there too, so that only few people, there is not a sun that is shining. That's just greed, selfishness, personal advertisement. That's all it's about. Could you imagine that? This is it. This is a fact. So if the sun is shining, yeah, I can look at it. Once the sun is shining on everyone else here and there, I know everybody enjoying, and I enjoy my business. I say, look, Joseph Boakai will not be able to govern well. If Joseph Boakai is going well, everyone else, what do? I just leave straight. I put my clothes there too because it's shining. It's shining on everybody. But if it meant to shine on my one, what happens? Who put clothes on the sun only for the sun to shine on their own clothes? That kind of thing Liberian people can be talking about. It doesn't work that way. That's a good saying, but the way you people apply it, not how it works. So everyone here, we are in the institution. The man comes here, he's helping everybody, he's supporting everybody. The institution is growing. Yeah. Everybody, the institution is growing, but you, AB, you want say you now want to join. You don't want to put your clothes there so that the growth that going on in the institution will shine on you. So you buy your one in the darkness, you're not growing. So as a result, somebody will come to me and say, AB, they play the sun shining. Where you see everyone, because the word sun carry positive connotation. You can go on a sun. You know, some of your level of reasoning and things, so you look at it. You can look at short-term things until you misapply everything about it. And that's bad. And some of us will not go into it, will not be tempted. We will not see that thing as sun. Because Joseph Boakai, I go to an area now, a minister then be giving me something like 5,000 or whatever it is, and say, AB, we'll give you small thing. We'll give you small thing. 5,000, what I got that song? I get certain dossier of information on the Rabat International Airport. The new men are there. The other men are complete crook, that complete rockish thing that he just on there. He carry people there that they just operating that the kind of sun that you say, I'm gonna put my clothes, I'm gonna hang my clothes in. That the sun that are shining, I'm gonna hang my clothes in. The man who look at one of the NTA bosses, he calls his friend at the NTA and say, you know what? The RIA people, they not get car. So that instead of all buying them car, that will be able to carry them XYZ, we're not doing that. Give me one of the NTA bosses, I will give you 45,000 every year. That 45,000 can end up buy bus or buses for RIA employees. And you got to take 45,000 to give it to your friend at NTA. Governmental, government boss, NTA. You give it 45,000 annually to NTA. You and your mayor sit down, you eat the money. You eat that other money, then you say you're providing transportation for employees at the Rabat International Airport for 45,000 annually. In 2 years' time, how many thousands we're talking about? 90,000. They're able to buy a bus that will take the people over 5 to 6 years. But you're spending 45,000 annually on a bus. Now the place I'm gonna pull my clothes air to go shine, that is shining there I'm talking about. So because I want to eat some of that money, I'm gonna put my clothes there. Now the place is sun shining. I'm not going to be like these CDC officials then who left from here. You know, people who left and then decided to join Joseph Boaka because they want for, I don't know what thing, they are close to, I don't know, shine or whatever it is, their businesses to boom, their connections to whatever. And I hear for that other one, shine is shine, and shine is not supposed to shine on my one, it's supposed to shine on everybody. And once it's not shining on everybody, done. I can't take it. I will not do it. I can't do it. Once that close, that thing that's shining, it's not shining on other people, and number one, it will shine on. I'm not doing it. If it is truly a sun, it will shine on everybody. If it is truly a sun that you say, oh yeah, why the sun shine? That's why you must put your clothes. Then I know that it is truly a sun. I must see it shining on everyone else. Then I put my clothes there. Anything other than that washing machine, that heater. Because I want a personal something in there, you can dry your clothes. Your one clothes will dry. Anything other than that washing machine or that heater or whatever it is that you personally can put your clothes, only your one clothes will get dry. That's what it is. It is not a sun. Don't say where the sun shining. No, I don't see it that way. Because you know what sun does. You know, sun doesn't shine on one person. It shines in the environment where it is. It shines and it shines on everybody around there. You see what we're talking about? I will come to that Rabos International Airport. The terrible thing that are happening down there. And Joseph Burger, I may not be somebody who really, but that one man you got to take from down there quick because the stealing that going on down there is too terrible. The thing that going on down there is too terrible. The thing that are going on down there, very, very terrible. And I will tell you, most of it. But next week, I'm coming up with it, preparing everything. I will come up with it, both on my Facebook page and on this live. We'll come up with it. My people, let me tell you something. God does not sleep. And I always told you people, God does not sleep. God does not sleep. And God will never, ever sleep. I don't care what you do. God will never, ever sleep. I'm coming. Somebody calling me for something. Update. Let me just get it. I think for you people. Yeah. Let me see. Okay. Yeah. So specifically, those are things. And I want for people to send me something, right? There's something I want to share with you, which is very, very important. Which speaks to how God does not sleep. God does not sleep. And every time I'm telling you people, God does not sleep, God does not sleep, God does not sleep, you just take it to be for granted. And your thing is just joke. It's not joke. God does not sleep. God does not and had never, ever slept or whatever it is. God is God, and anyone who lives in God, God lives in you. And that is life for all of us. And just learn it. Know it today, and know it well, whether you go or you come down. God does not sleep. I can show you all the stuff I'm talking about for which I'm saying God can sleep. God had never slept and he will never sleep. Yeah. So God does not sleep and God will never ever sleep. Yeah. So this is why I'm sharing with you people to tell you that God does not sleep. God had never slept and God will not sleep. You don't worry. I hope you know what I'm talking about. Some of you gotta be smart to know what I'm talking about. You'll be smart now. You'll tell me what we're talking about. I will say God can sleep. So why I say, okay. So there are a lot of things happening in country. Today, first of all, I will play you something. When I tell you about the witch hunt in this country, you can't believe it, right? The witch hunt in this country is too much. The witch hunt in this country is too much. And I'm surprised that institutions that are not meant to, enable people to get involved into those kind of things, they are involved in it, and it's too bad for our country. And now I can be telling you always, every time you see me, AB 31, AB 31, AB 31, but it will come down to the same thing you say AB talking now. Because for me, I don't get problem with anybody. I have no personal issue against anybody. Even Joseph Boga said, you're going to be talking about, oh, if you not like Joseph Boga, lie. The man like him, why would I not let it be? What thing that Baby really did to me for which your team? No. It's just his governance style. His own life does not reflect a governor. His own life, it does not even reflect one who is a governor. That's an thing I can be talking. So if I'm skeptical about him based upon his own life that he lived, and then it does not reflect that, what do you want me to do? To go praise him or to tell you saying this, that? Sam Robertson, we are saying something God does not sleep. What thing God does not sleep on? I want to call it. I'm telling you, what thing God does not sleep on? God does not sleep. God have work and shine. God can go to bed to sleep. God have work and shine. When God have work and shine, that's what it is. But let's listen to Councillor Arthur Johnson first. Then I will come to the God does not sleep. In the wake of this Samuel 12 case. Because the Solicitor General John Osa, during the Supreme Court's opinion, we said, no, you go back to court. And then you go prove it the SYZ, blah, blah, blah. And John Osa said the people finish admitting. Do you know what they call admittance? You know, yeah, this country, you the reason I feel sorry for this country because the thing they were doing here, you're not stopping here. Our friend in the diaspora, our friend in other countries, they are now seeing Liberia through the social media. So now they get listening to some Liberian lawyer. Then when they're talking like that, they say, should this man be the Solicitor General? In fact, they will call their friend lawyer then here because the African Bar Association, they will call their friend and they say, we've further on development in your country because every one of us in this country, as lawyers, we research and various, legal activities here and there, especially those ones that conform with ours and so forth. And we conform with that. So we'll look at it and say, look, what were some of the decisions that were rendered so and so? So we always follow this kind of pattern or something then to see how it is. So lawyers don't just confine themselves to their own terrain. No, they look beyond. So they will always see themselves looking beyond. So that Ghanaian man is sitting somewhere and say, oh, we are going to do and say, well, the common law is something at the same thing. But then men are talking here. So is he the Solicitor General of your country yet? I just heard him say SYZ, blah, blah, blah. Is that how your law works? There you say, another man who just talking who to other side. I get over it. Because the people are now seeing our country through the social media. You don't have to be in Ghana before you know how Ghana politics runs. I just need to take my time, devote my time to listening to the Ghanaian social platforms and following all of their platforms. I will know what are the issues. I don't have to go in Ghana before I know what kind of law they pass in Ghana relating to that. I can just say that right here on the social media. I just browse to, I know what kind of law they pass in Ghana. Right? Like, I'm in Ghana, right? Right here, I'm here. But I know that there are housing laws that they pass in Ghana that relates to the people that who can just be eating people money, they call themselves agents. You don't see that happening. It's difficult for you to just see agents, just grind your money and eat it. They say they get property, they say what they got, they just eat it. It can't work. There are stronger and tougher laws that protect both the tenant and landlords. Those laws are there. It's there. How am I to know? I sat down right here and know that they pass it there. So I don't have to go to Ghana before I know what are stronger laws that they pass in there. So even if I told you I'm getting in Ghana and I should say ignorant of the law, no, I should be on notice because the Ghanaian law is in a public document and the public document is on record, not only in Ghana, it's all on the internet everywhere. We can find it there. So ignorance of the law is no excuse. These days, in fact, it's even more terrible that you will consider and say, well, yeah, the ignorant of the law, this, that. It can work. Into Arthur Johnson's stuff and then let him educate us, those of us who are learning. Today, Samuel 12 then went to court, and this case is very complicated. The thing around this case is more political than legal. But whichever way it goes, it has to go legally. And let's see how it works. One thing about political cases, let me tell you why it does. It does not solve problem. It does not solve problem. It creates more problem. And it creates future problems for the very political actors who are using the legal system to hunt their colleagues. It gets back at them. Now, one thing I know about the kind of thing. Once they say the case is political, just know that case that just circle, that just visual circle will just be in. They will come by and target you and use it to against you, blah, blah, blah. That's how it works. So the people who there now, they should watch to see what will happen, because this case is more political than legal. Because this is what we are saying. Because a lot of things are happening, strange things are happening, right? Good. So this is it. This is what we are talking about. Okay, very good. My other student, they say, that you talking. We're watching you right from Accra. But I will now you watch me, because I can be telling people and say, whether you like it or not, you go or you can't. Whether you like it or not, you go or you can't. You like it. You don't like it. Now I in Ghana are talking. You see it? Nana, I in Ghana. The player sitting there, Nana in Ghana. Somebody watching me from Ghana. So if you can't sit down here, you talk about trash. The Ghanaian guy will say, this Ghanaian commentator, he talks, it's really making a lot of sense. What they call? They will do their own evaluations. So when I come and sit here, I'm not going to talking to Liberians, especially that English I'm speaking. So I'm not going to talking to Liberians. Even if I choose to speak colloquial on our show, whatever it is, like I will always intersperse with colloquial and other things. Yeah, but it's in our local, stuff that what I'm doing. But equally so, there are people out there that I am speaking to. Who are you people? Right? Yeah. So that's it. And I will always tell you people, whether you go or you cannot. So let's listen to Arthur Johnson, as he was able to educate all of us today. These things are good for education purpose. Very good for education purpose. So let's just listen to him, please. I beg you people.
Afternoon, Johnson.
Edward to say I'm way in Delaware. I'm also there now.
Yeah, look, let's just make something very quick and clear. The last time the Solicitor General came here and told you people that the defendants in this case have confessed to the crime, that is a lie. It's not true. No one confessed to a crime. There is a difference between confession to criminality, and making a point. Confession to the crime means the man is admitting to the crimes in the indictment that he committed the offense. That is not the case. What happened in this case is that there is a statutory function, or there were statutory functions that were carried out by the former Minister of Finance. That is under section 14.2 of the Public Finance Law. The law says that the Minister of Finance has the authority, statutory authority, to authorize payments that have been recommended by any of the branches of government within the budget, or authorized within the budgetary laws of Liberia. And that is exactly what the Minister of Finance have done. And that payment was made to the appropriate administrative agency that was authorized at the level of the National Security Council by the President of Liberia at the time, His Excellency George Wheon. And so on the basis of this, no one should criminalize when the Solicitor General comes out and says that was confession. That's not confession. Confession is all of the allegations that have been made. Yes, we agree, we the one committed. No, there was no crime here. There was a statutory function that was carried out, and it had been criminalized. So we want to make that clear. If the Solicitor General agrees with what he said the last time, that the defendants are confessed to the crime, then why are we selecting jurors? So that is to tell you that what the Justice Minister was intending to do at the time, we call a trial by TV and trial by Facebook. The perception is to get the perception of the sentiments of potential jurors who will be coming to come with the cloud of the mind to say that if the people are confessed to the crime. There is no confession to crime. If there was confession to crime, we will not select jurors. Today, there will be a date of sentencing. So that's not true. There was no criminality, and we still want to reiterate that the action of these defendants was a national security action. The actions of the defendants were national security actions and responsibilities that were carried out. Those actions that were carried out were statutory functions that were responsible to keep the stability of this country during the period of the elections. The peace we enjoy today was based on the statutory expression of the mandate of the Finance Minister being authorized by the National Security Council, which exists within the office of the President. Thank you. That's the clarity I wanted to make.
All right. So there you have it. So it's very glaring, very educative. The thing speaks for itself. So I don't want to even speak any further for it. It speaks for itself. Because for you to say the poor, they admit to the crime, You know, that's the prosecution. So you leave them with that and let them go fight on that, right? But today, when Gafwan appeared at the National Legislature, they asked him the same question. They say, "You, Gafwan, are you a member of the Security Council?" He said, "Yes, I'm a member of the Security Council." So everything else they are saying about Toya Gafwan is equally interesting. So we're not hitting our head. It's not something that we got to hear our head on. No, we're not hitting our head on our whole thing. But let's listen to Gafwan. Let him say so that we can know where we are getting as some people. Let him say the way you want to say it, so that you will hear him out in responding to that message that indeed I am a member of the National Security Council. The same thing Twe is claiming. The issue about this whole case is not about people taking money and putting it into their pockets and passing it around. No. So let's leave it. We're not getting out here on the thing. And you just heard that they say they pass budget, they put over millions into the NSA budget plus SYZ. Let them put it there. Let them put it anywhere they want to put it. We are getting there. We will make sure that they will account for that money. If they borrow in this 1 year, they pierce this veil, because it's piercing of security veil. If they pierce the security veil using the code system to pierce the security veil, that veil will be pierced forever and will go beyond it. We'll grab Joseph Boaka from beyond that pierce. We'll grab Joseph Boaka from there. And we here. You don't worry. You don't worry. Look, these things that happen in this country is just teaching moment for every one of us. You pierce it. That means we don't have any security in this country again. I must say, I can't even do business with NSA. Anybody who doing business with NSA, don't do business with them. Tomorrow you'll be exposed. Don't do anything. Because the court is now saying that there is no secrecy in this country. When the day we get ready to order information ministry, where they say they order money there for covert, we'll go to information ministry, we'll order that information ministry, we'll say all the people that you get the money to in your covert something, bring all the money also. Bring all of that money also, they will see it. You see, the guys are fighting to the extent that they don't know how to fight. There is where police just wake up and tell somebody, say, nobody should be drinking around. And you just say things that are not normal. That the same thing they do with the case. But the thing they targeting specific group of people allow. Just wash out. And we in the country. And we here. I'm telling you we here. And when we tell you, I say we here. You're think a joke I can be playing. I'm playing joke. We'll get there. When they go, they come down, they will account for it. They will account for it. And we'll certainly get there. We'll get there. And you will see at the end of it, these same people will come back. These Liberian people, when they're watching, the reason we are elevating the cases is for future. So that the Liberian people themselves will be witnesses. To say, hey, your own time, you did it. There are certain things that these people are putting in place now that will be repeated. While there are other bad things that they're doing that I will not support being repeated. I will not support certain things being repeated. But these kind of things that they are doing, they are exposing themselves, which is very bad. So let's listen to Gafwan as he also spoke to this issue as well, as I was trying to get it, so that you listen to him, then we'll close up on it, then we'll go to God Can Sleep. So we'll get to God Can Sleep. God Can Sleep. And when we get to God Can Sleep, I will tell you why I say God Can Sleep. We'll get to that one. So let's get to Gafwan. Let's listen to Gafwan. So let's get to God Can Sleep. God Can No, not God Can Sleep. Now let's listen to Gafwan for, and then we'll come.
With the situation of our border, I am a member of the National Security Council.
Okay.
With the situation of our border,
all right.
I am a member of the National Security Council.
All right.
With the situation of our border, I am a member of the National Security Council. With the situation of our border, I am a member of the National Security Council, which has been meeting since Monday, including last night. We met as a cabinet on Thursday to discuss our development agenda, the progress for the first year challenges. We did not exhaust, and we had planned to exhaust the remaining pillars On Tuesday, some of you are aware, with the situation of our border. I am a member of the National Security Council, which has been meeting since Monday, including last night. We met as a cabinet on Thursday to discuss our development agenda, the progress for the first year challenges. We did not exhaust, and we had planned to exhaust the remaining pillars on Tuesday, and given the time that was allotted, given that it was just those receivable pillars, my intention was to deal with those issues and make myself available at the Honorable Librarian Senate to join colleagues to give more insight in what we know about the situation at bar. As we were meeting, in fact, I had even earlier informed the President that I would be coming to the Senate, but things evolved. While we were meeting, the situation on the border got a little bit more exigent, and the cabinet had to huddle in making some quick decisions, some of which has some monetary implications. And while we were meeting, we had to conclude some initiatives with the...
What did I say that again?
Some of you are aware, with the situation of our border. I am a member of the National Security Council, which has been meeting since Monday, including last night. We met as a cabinet on Thursday to discuss our development agenda, the progress for the first year challenges. We did not exhaust, and we had planned to exhaust the remaining pillars on Tuesday, and given the time that was allotted, given that it was just those receivable pillars, my intention was to deal with those issues and make myself available at the Honorable Librarian Senate to join colleagues to give more insight in what we know about the situation at bar. As we were meeting, in fact, I had even earlier informed the President that I would be coming to the Senate, but things evolved. While we were meeting, the situation on the border got a little bit more exigent, and the cabinet had to huddle in making some quick decisions, some of which has some monetary implications. And while we were meeting, we had to conclude some initiatives with the...
Okay, so that is that, right? That is that. Good. So the portion I wanted you to get is that he's using flimsy excuses for why he didn't attend to the people call. So they're using crisis as excuses. That's what they can always do. So the situation that just happened, that why you're using as excuse why he didn't go there, but that's not why I wanted you to grasp. I wanted you to grasp the fact that he said that he's a member of the National Security Council. Twice said that. Even the Supreme Court, in its initial opinion, and I inadvertently, mistakenly passed on that. The guys from Twice came, the legal counsel, the legal team called for re-argument. The Supreme Court still maintained that despite 12 being part of a blah, 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 so they should go to court. So let's leave all of that. That one, that the court did not decide. You're hearing here, right? And a member of National Security Council sitting around here when talking. Good. Let's leave the other part. Let's leave it. We'll get there. You see, when I be telling you all these things, I'll say, oh, AB, you're talking, AB, you're talking. I don't just talk. God is wonderful and God sees us all. And God will continue to guide us all in everything that we do. Right? So, whether you go up, you come down, you say X, Y, Z, blah, 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 but somebody, it will always catch up with you. That the same thing that's suffering Unity Party today. Things, realities that they were condemning in time past, it catching up with them today. Ryan Plain, they were seeing it as a problem, they were attacking people. The same attack they are having on Samuel Tueden today. For things that they know that they are in position today, that they are doing, about the attacking Samuel Tueden for. That the same thing Unity Party were doing at that time. They were attacking where? We were saying, Ryan, we are Ryan, expensive car, doing SYZ, building houses, blah, blah, blah. And the same thing that they know that we're catching up with them today. And they are still continuing on that same path. And we are getting there. And our National Security Council mayor talking so good. Yeah. Now to Apollo, that thing stay there. Let's see what will happen. We'll certainly get there. And you see, sitting now here talking about how some decision need monetary implication. That means finance minister got to give money. And at the same money that Samuel Tueden gave, for which the prosecuting them today, he said, as a member of the National Security Council, they are setting certain decisions relating to this whole thing that call for monetary involvement, monetary implication. That money you got to send. And that's why he's there. That's why he said. And at the same thing they carry Tueden to court today. The same thing, they say Tueden carry the court. That other Solicitor General say they may admitted to it here and there. No problem. That the same thing they may say here, right? Also. The same thing Tueden saying, that the same thing Gafwan saying here. So the same thing CDC finance minister said, and the saying as his defense is the same thing the Unity Party finance minister is talking about here. No case. So you see, God shall not, and God will never ever sleep on his words. God will never sleep on his words. He's catching up with them. Oh, you want to hear that part when you talk about monetary implication? Oh, you didn't get it? Okay, I get it.
Some of you are aware with the situation of our border. I am a member of the National Security Council, which has been meeting since Monday, including last night. We met as a cabinet on Thursday to discuss our development agenda, the progress for the first year challenges. We did not exhaust, and we had planned to exhaust the remaining pillars on Tuesday. And given the time that was allotted, given that it was just those residual pillars, my intention was to deal with those issues and make myself available. At the Honorable Librarian said it, to join colleagues to give more insight in what we know about the situation at bar. As we were meeting, in fact, I had even earlier informed the President that I would be coming to the Senate, but things evolved. While we were meeting, situation on the border got a little bit more exigent, and the cabinet had to huddle in making some quick decisions, some of which have some monetary implications.
NIA, some of which has monetary implications, and who are going to get all that money? That he's Gafwan. That's why he's telling the people that. So that did that one. That did that one. That kind of God can sleep. You see, let me tell you people some things. Let me tell you people some things. Whether you go or you come down, God does not sleep, and you can fight grace. Never can you fight grace. You can't. Whatever benefit you get from fighting grace is not permanent, it's not assured, it's not guaranteed. It is temporary. And at the time you think you want to enjoy that benefit, that's when it goes away from you. Yeah. So today, you look at David Etta Brown Lasana now. I can show you her. You look at her picture before 2023. I will show you the lady who was fat. She looking dry now. You see, this country, God does not sleep. God does not sleep. The David Etta Brown Lasana that I saw today is not the David Etta Brown Lasana that we saw doing the election time of passing around, doing all of those things. And you see how she finish eating, and her XYZ, blah, blah, blah. Then you see how she fat later. Now what the years are seeing so. Try the hair now. Looking like that. I can't see her now.
As of the 15th.
You see her? Her neck long. The neck is now long. You look at her before. I don't want to bring her all a previous picture. You look at her before. It's not about discussing her as a person. But since the elections ended, TV Etta Brown Lasana had been under immense stress. George Weah was the one that appointed her to replace Sokokoya. And that recommendation, it never came from George Weah himself. From sources around George Weah, it came from former President Ellen Johnson. Said it's not certain like, oh yeah, my daughter days, she has been there, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. So we have said, no problem. Once you can maintain the peace and stability of the country, that's it. We are listening. Prior to the election, TV Etta Brown Lasana was involved into alleged acts of corruption. The only reason she got off the hook is because she used the ombudsman. You know the issue of a procedure, right? The issue of a procedure is very key, criminal procedure. So I may have committed a crime, right? But if you do not use the right procedure to prosecute me, they will let me to go free. Not on the basis of, I didn't commit it, no. So she said, for the conduct that she was involved with, that she was accused of, the only people who had all right to hold her was the office of the ombudsman, because it had to do with official conduct. So that thing her lawyers play around, and which of course was smart. You know, lawyers look for technical issues. So they dismissed the case against her on technical grounds, not on its merits. In the wake of that, some of us were even mounting pressure. The kind of vision God always gave us, some of us were mounting pressure. In fact, we had not even reached the election year when I got intelligence that David Etta Brown Lasana had already told people in her own circles that she will be announcing the election result and be going to the U.S. embassy to be sleeping there. Those things were flagged on Freedom FM. There is no rare alert that came for this election that I didn't stress, ranging for what happening within the next system. Highlighted everything every step of the way. When that issue came out against the Etta Brown Lasana, our own push was for her to move from there because she was already conflicted and there were signs that she was not going to do the right thing. TV Etta Brown Lasana. That's the lady. So we raised all of those issues. So people in Wheon circle say, look, that corruption issue that they were more involved with here, we can take off from there. We are saying no. We are almost going to election. If you change a woman now, they will not look at the corruption issue. They will look at the fact that because Joseph Walker and people already won't carry us to war. For them, they believe that going to the election, they will lose the election. So as a result of that, they are doing everything to destroy everything. So it will touch the lady now, they will look at it. So let's leave her and leave her with conscience. You see that? They left her there. That lady, very bitter against Weah. For whatever reason, I don't know. But we left raising all of the red flag about neck, who doing what, who involved in this, how the system is like this. Even during the time, you know, there's a commissioner there. I will not call a commissioner. In a commissioner, in a position is to be responsible for the data room. Do you know that during the course of the election, the Etta Brown Lasana instructed that commissioner, who is our assistant commissioner, who is responsible for that identical data room, should never enter that data room. And she, the Etta Brown Lasana, put him in also. She did. Though intelligence came up. You say, oh yeah, these are allegations. Yeah, we agree. These could be allegations. But she did. Accordingly, right? All the noise then were all over the place, people here and there, blah, 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 blah. All the things and the noise were up. Look at the way David Etta Brown treated the election. Very aggressive, doing everything against the CDC. She will come, the other one, they vote a thing, did that, blah, blah, blah. There were a lot of things that are happening within the next system. Engineered and facilitated by her. Right after the election, the people she did it for and with, they never trusted her. You see, that's the whole thing. That's why, you see, when I'm telling you all the time for which I don't like to go into cool with people, because the very people you are going cool with, they will not trust you. The first thing more Adi then started and so forth going forward, they say they will enter Brown Lasina and Joy real girlfriend. She will cheat, she will do this, blah, 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 all the kind of things that what it started with. She went into the election. I don't know whether she wanted to prove a point, to vindicate herself or whatever it is. Boom. Look at that vote margin. The lady will wait. She will wait and say, look, we are going to Nima County. We are doing this here and there. But like I told you, all the swift changes within the next system, she did. The elections were ongoing. The Eta Brown Lasana was reading the results and then complaining, complaining people within. I want to talk something there. Let's leave it. There were things that she did. She could read the election result and go lay down to the U.S. Embassy. The place you were. All our election thing that you're seeing, she was just reading it according to what we heard months before the election. She was reading it and sleeping at the U.S. Embassy. Because why? She never trusted the very government that she was with, because she was about to stab the government in the back. So she didn't trust the government for security anymore. So the best place she could be was to go into a foreign country, in-country. That's how they went. After it, the guys jumped behind her. They started on her, start pressuring her, doing all kinds of things, blah, blah, blah. Because they still believe she has a relationship with George Weah. And because the way they have treated her, she will not be able to do the work for them this time. They don't trust her. And with the kind of games that they play now, she would not even want to go into the kind of games because they did not come forth. They did not come true. Do you know that Joseph Boga ever since removing that lady, the international community, the U.S. Embassy, and things that pressure him for which that lady went back to job? When you hear him saying suspend a woman, you're feeling taking a woman off. Joseph Boga was feeling with her ever since. But with the pressure here and there, and the pressure is too much, and she cares about her life. She has been threatened about saying, God can't sleep. No matter what you do, you may not be able to benefit from the proceeds of your bad you do to people. Though you will be able to get proceeds, but you will not benefit from that proceeds. Though you may get reward for your betrayal, but you will not benefit from that reward. What happened to Judas Iscariot? He betrayed Jesus, right? Did he not get a proceed? Did he not get a reward? And he got it. Did he benefit from it? No. That the benefit you will never get. Let her hear today, announcing that as of the 15th, she get one more year. As of the 15th of this month, she's going. I heard the year so.
Platform to say to you
Listen to
that as of the 15th of March 2026, I am stepping down as chairman of the National Elections Commission. I have conveyed this to the President's office and I await to hear from him. It's time to move on and to give any other person who.
So, on a normal protocols and whatever it is, when you write, in fact, before you even come up to announce that you are resigning, your boss must have seen the letter, accepted, and so forth. But she's living under strenuous circumstances. That's why you see her speak like this. I've already written him. I'm waiting a response. Let him take a job and give it to whoever he wants to give it to. Listen to it.
To say to you that as of the 15th of March 2026, I am stepping down as chairman of the National Elections Commission. I have conveyed this to the President's office and I await to hear from him. It's time to move on and to give any other person who may be appointed the opportunity to run the Elections Commission. So I'm going and I'm happy because we have done this. On behalf of the Board of Commissioners and staff of the National Elections Commission, we say thank you.
Look at the forum at which he's announcing this. You wrote your president and you have not gotten any response. And you come up to announce. They said, no. You wrote your president, your employer, or the president. You have not gotten response. And then you announced. They said, no. Something is not right. But that God, why it is true that the CDC folks themselves who have themselves to blame, they contributed to this. She too also had her own share of blame. Because we agreed, we can't be saying that she took everything. No, she's just a manure of it. But no one expected her to have done things. Look, madam, look, whether you like it or not, the election result will have gone any way you wanted to go. It doesn't matter. You don't have to just get yourself involved in it. You see, there is a story in the book, and who's this? So, sorry about that. I'm telling intelligence I just wanted to give, let me say information I just wanted to share with you people that I just got as well. And we are hearing, I muted it, and Abu, I muted it. We are hearing, and that around the Joba area, the whole AEC area that around there, I don't know, the poles there, they just getting on fire all the way around there. I don't know what's happening around there, the poles around there. So our whole fire service can make its way there in Pinsville area. Right around the town hall area, some poles are getting on fire there. The fires are just all over around there, around the AEC areas there. So please, we hope the fire service can run there quickly. Somebody just called me, and in relation to that. So let's work up with that as fast as possible. Yeah. Y'all please go there quick. Yeah, the fire service is needed, and things are in flames there, and we don't know what may cause it, but the AEC poles there, some of them are affected by fire. That's what I'm understanding from where I sit. So please, let's be able to understand that. Yeah. So let's there's a fire regime. Oh God. You know, people. You know, people may not understand some things that are going on. When I be telling you, say this country is on a curse. This country. Yeah, well, something I'm saying out of. I just want to send the information to somebody from fire service so that they can know exactly what to do. You know, we got to help to save our country. Yeah, we got to help. And the all in Kakata there, what thing you got to do our current on the side jeans before you say you see what the current just went off in Kakata. It's safe for the sunny there. No man, you know. So God in heaven knows everything. And I always told people, there's this story about the Bokutin Square part. There's this man they call Izwidu. Izwidu is the most respected elder who was in the town. And then remember, they sent this boy here to stay with Okongo and to stay with Okongo and do SYZ, blah, blah, blah. And then Okongo took care of the boy. But the boy was meant for sacrifice anyway. They sent the boy, but the boy was sent to Okongo for Okongo to take care of the boy in the Bokutin Square parts. And then all through that time came, the boy just knew him to be father because he grew up with Okongo. So when the poor got ready, they said they want the boy to carry him for sacrifice now, to go kill him. So Okongo said he will participate in it because he doesn't want to be seen like he's weak. Then a friend, and the oldest man in the town, his widow came up to him and told him, walk up to him and told him, the older and respected man in the town, told him, say, please, don't take part in the boy's death. The boy already calls you father. So if other people would do to him and use machetes to do whatever it is, do not. So they want him not to participate in the killing because Ikemefina called him father. And it would not be wrong for him to shed the boy's blood. It would be certainly. So David Etta Brown last night, let's agree that everybody wanted to starve somewhere, that George Weah is supposed to participate in starving him. Somebody who put trust and explicit confidence in you. That George Weah you used to starve? No. Look at thing that what led to Okongo downfall today. The death of that boy, that the thing that led to Okongo's downfall. His downfall started immediately from the death of that boy. He participated in the death of the boy. Anthony Mobile is saying that New Georgia ST AEC poll is on fire. But you're about everywhere and AEC poll just be on fire there. But some community then get their own AEC poll that can be on fire. So all that thing on there, so AEC poll on fire on the side. What they call that the Pinsville we know about for now. So let's see what are the fire service around there. That Pinsville area was the whole Pinsville was affected recently again, and there was serious power outage there. And now it has started there again. Something is not just right. But I just pray for the best. Let's get to the line into we will get limited time now. God does not sleep. That's why I was just telling you, God does not sleep. That madam I was talking about. Yeah. Now, certain people you don't touch, no matter what it is. And I think everywhere else could be affected by this power shortage, something from this Pinsville era. Something is wrong somewhere. Hello, how are you doing?
The current went off. If I was popping, we immediately switch our breaker off. So the whole place is off.
Where do you live?
Tomorrow.
Oh, I see. Okay, but then that could be the reason why it went up. Yeah.
Yeah.
But you're getting supply. You're getting supply from. You're getting supply from where?
For the very Juba.
Wow.
Yeah, because we are on the right hand side when you are driving from Real Lake. So we are getting supply from Juba.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, this is Esmoka. Maybe you were right when you said sedition contributed to what happened. Yeah, that's true. But she had no right participating. She had no right. Some of the technical questions that were raised by journalists, the way that lady answered it, we knew that something was not happening right.
Okay.
How do you have your worker with you? They are working at the data center. From that data center, the results stretch to net. There where the mass practices took place. And she said they are being dismayed never to work with Election Commission. When she was asked whether the I committee was harmful, she said no, it was not harmful. But we sat here, we look at it. Because it is our right as a party. Okay? That's why we were the ruling. But whenever something was going wrong, and we wanted for the right thing to be done, we have a right to go to court to start the process until the right thing is done. But everything that was happening, we said that we allow it to go on. All the electoral magistrates that were put in place when the government, the alien government was leaving power, all of them remain in the procedure. Yes, you can flag no issues. But we heard it, we play with it. But her part she play inside, this is what she gets it. Listen to that woman's voice.
Yeah, man.
She is not doing it under normal circumstances. No, she is disappointed. She is discouraged. If you listen to her, but this is what she subscribed to. This is what she is getting. She's going to live with it. She's not happy after sacrificing yourself for somebody. When you go hear the news, all the women can go to the everybody to go sleep. We say, well, how possible it would be? Why not? That's what happening in this country. But here we are. All are living with a pinch, but they will live with it until she moved to where and made that confession. Then probably she will live a free life. But when not that, she will always live with that guilt. Thank you.
Thank you, Edmond. Let me get on to the next caller. How are you doing?
Thank you very much. Good evening, Ebi.
Good evening. Let's hear from you.
Thank you. Ebi, I'm Spencer Mohammed, and I call from a Popo Kono, down Coast Spoon Hill, Winter Community. Ebi, you just said it all. But my attention has been drawn to Deviator Lasana issue. Ebi, there is a parable in our local vernacular that says, the man who can chop people's hair with cutlass, he will never allow people to stand behind him with cutlass.
You're right.
That's what happened to David Edward Brown Lasana. Unity Party used her and it created a ghost in person of Edward Appleton. And they know what they did. So they will never trust her to preside any elections in this country. That's why they tormented her and they brought her to her knees. But madam, that's what you sow, and that's what you are reaping today. Go and seek no more. That's why on this eye, it is not good to be ungrateful to any hands that feed you. And when you bite the hand that feed you, it haunts you. That's what you did, and so shall you live by it. In my mind, the next thing you have to do with the issue at the Supreme Court with Samuel Twain. Today, Gafon said he's a member of the National Security Council, and they are prosecuting another former finance minister who is a part of the Security Council. I think in my mind, Unity Party and Joe Parker, they are destroying our country, and it is not good for them. The voice of yesteryears who were critical must rise up now and tell Joe Parker to stop destroying this country, because whatever they do today will be used as precedent against them in the coming years. Thank you, Ebi, for always giving us the opportunity to make our presence on national issue. Thank you very much.
You're most welcome. So let me get on to the WhatsApp line properly. We have very limited time, because we talk more today. Hello, how are you doing?
Hello, Ebi.
Yeah, let's hear from you quickly.
This is Melinson. Ebi, thank you so much for constantly informing us on the activities in Liberia. As you were talking about right now, I'm talking somebody. They are watching me in Ghana. Somebody really come here. I'm watching you from Ghana. I wanted to say myself, I'm watching you from New Jersey. So thank you so much. Immediately after we saw Bro Mususka resignation on the social media, the whole social media was taken up by another post saying that Gloria Mususka is set to be our successor. Gloria Mususka.
No, you said Emir, you saw what? You saw Deviator Brown Lasana resignation?
Yeah, immediately after we saw resignation on Facebook, it was also followed by a lot of Facebook posts that Gloria Mususka is set to be our successor. I said, wow. You said it all. George Weah is a God-chosen person. When you do wickedness to George Weah, the God Almighty that we all go to church and pray to, we pay you for George Weah. Look at the woman picture. This is an election commission chairperson presiding over millions of dollar budget. See how she attend dry, her neck looking long, because she is not in peace. And Ebi, look, God does not sleep, just as you said. The Nigerian clergyman who you can be playing a voice said that United States government play a role in the election in Liberia. If they didn't have a role to play in Liberia, why were they protecting Graham Deviator Brown during the election sleeping in the U.S. embassy? If the Nigerian clergyman was wrong, why the woman was sleeping in the U.S. embassy? But everything that she did is haunting her, just as you said previously. worker will not, trust her. The United people will not trust her because they went through her to cheat job we are. Look at imagine with all the cheating that went on. Look at imagine. So the people will not treat her, they will not trust her, and she have been under immense pressure. A king went to the border, suspended her, and they had to bring her back. So I want to know whether she is sleeping in the embassy now with all the things that she's going through with the border government. Is she sleeping in the U.S. embassy? Look, AB Ropo will get a reward one by one, just as you said. The law they use it to go after CDC people. That same law will hunt them when they leave office. And Gafwan say that the same role Samuel to sat inside, the same capacity why he did, he in that same role, it will go after them. They should not be thinking that everything is just going on the carpet, or it will go on the carpet. It will never go on the carpet. Except someone living and we are not put our feet down for CDC. They will be hunted by their own law or by their own thing they're doing. We use it to hunt them the same way. Thank you, AB.
Thank you for your contribution. How are you doing?
Good evening.
Please go ahead. CD.
To your office there, to the radio station. Radio put down for mother and father. So, after mother, how they can do when the frustration came in, they say with the mother and children. Thank you.
All right, thanks, Pap, for your contribution. We appreciate that. Let me get on to the next caller right here on this on the female. Hello, how are you doing?
Yeah, could you hear me?
Yeah.
Electoral calling from Johnsonville.
Mm-hmm.
Ebi, thank you very much. Ebi, we say, that day when we were calling the ballot, like the ballot that day, the Electoral Brown, they were small, we not die that day. We were crying with tears in our office because we knew that President we had won, but they were playing with that election. The one was kicking people off. President, we are not pointing the Electoral Brown said because they want the CDC that you come and be election commission, say come and serve your country. Man, I recommend the Electoral Brown President we are. He said, no, I will take somebody that will say, get the person will do it.
Mm-hmm.
He said, person work in the interest of the people. The point the Electoral Brown, you never go and tell the Electoral Brown to cheat. Why I was somebody winning, I will have winning. That will want cheat that day. The president we are expect. He say, program we that net. When the president the president we are speak that net. Maybe I was in my room, I was crying. I was crying like today. I'm telling you, I was crying. I cried for 3 days, 3 now. In my house, one of my friends think of me no care about now. Call Rolla. 3 days, 3 now. I move. I leave my house. I'll be with him more. I said, we are dying. He said, I leave my house 3 days. Let me tell you, but the Electoral Brown, everyone that are wicked to President Wheon that he gave you job to work for your country. Then you say you will do bad for you will slap it at your back. Your unborn children, as the way we see that never was sent here. Your unborn children will never go free in the country. For the wickedness of death, we will point at your children, say that your mother or that your father, that they wicked to President Wheon that day. But you come to me, you say you want to become senator, you want to become representative, I will never vote for you. Your father, if not go, then your father come to plug the country, your mother come to plug the country to kill. Let me tell you this. The Electoral Brown, you are listening to me. Everything that you're doing to President Wheon, you will get a reward as my brother. They just left them and say, you will get a pay as I will have when that net that day. You're not too good to, they will get a pay. Thank you very much.
Thanks for your contribution. We appreciate everything. All right, this one will do. Hello? Yeah, let's hear from you.
Yeah, Ibrahim can say online here.
Yeah,
only one to very document the sun shining somewhere. Yeah, we might have go in that afternoon now. Yes, I'm person. So the people who said other people who passed here away from the city and anyway because of sun shining and forgetting to know that other people that I would the people said I won't get them know you. You know your friend blaming. So they're forgetting to know all those things.
Yeah.
But what God cares for you, that's your feet.
You're right.
So you should know that God can never sleep, He can never get tired, He can never get weak.
No.
He's a God of everlasting life. So He will give all that everlasting life until the time comes. so we can come back to power. So thank you.
You're most welcome, my brother.
I'm making the United Party there for making it question, and then our government have not break down. Ways what to break down.
Okay.
God bless all of you, Papa.
Thank you so much. How are you doing? Go ahead, dear.
Thank you for the show. Thank you for the show. Just to contribute, look, I see Gafwan is making an excuse because he knows what's coming, what's pending. Gafwan, if you read Gafwan body language, he's setting a pace to making an excuse. You cannot even compare what Samuel did during COVID, for which he was in his right to do what he did, versus what this border thing that Gafwan is claiming now. He had a lot of money because the crisis at the border. You can't compare the two. We are looking at almost 3 years of the war, the global war, the whole world in crippled, for which Samuel had to make amends, to make certain entities move on well. Gafwan is saying because of the issues at the border. But we are counting these things. As far as the Electoral Brown, my brother, no more, she needs to go. And she will confess. She's going to confess. But I just want to say thank you. We will be on tomorrow to provide more info. And Abby, please, I also want to announce to our people who made pledges on the Diaspora show. Please, tomorrow we'll be on. Please try to make your pledges. Pay it to myself, Leo, and the guys that will be on the show tomorrow. Please, this is just a reminder.
Yeah.
Thank you, Abby.
You're most welcome, my brother, for your contribution. We appreciate that. And we are certainly getting there. All the knowledge, we'll get there, whether you like it or not. Hello, how are you doing? Yeah, Mama, let's hear from you.
This is your mother,
Let's hear from you.
Thank you, my son. No, you say all, but just going to say short things. Not too long. No, every when you play better ball, you play better ball. You not playing better ball, people. People get to us in their country. But know what happened. How you call for every weekend at the hey. You go to leave 50,000. Just we are 2.2. 50,000. Just we are 1%. Look, the thing they did in the country to us, and we stop for 2 months. They will pay the price. They will not go free. The people you were there talking about, I will go to the embassy to make an announcement. And people say, no, you cannot say that. Make an announcement. Nobody go after you. Do it. We are saying, go ahead. And now, and he told Boka, you win. Take it. That fear level, what's your line on posted or threatening her? That fear level, the son of Balata, it left her. So they, for time reach, they threaten her. They be her to move from there to be our own person. So when you play, like, when you win my son, you shouldn't cry. 1 year for us, say, I'll be resigning. No, we're not wanting for her. And let's come to this Gafwan and our software issue. I saw in our conversation of my son. This is what they've been talking about today. What they're talking about some of that they were having secret implication. And need to do this, and need to do that. When I can say we're lying, about someone confessing what? What do you confess? The people talking about today, they men talking about secret implication. That's what happened yesterday. I was saying they'll do something, so intervention to send money, everywhere you they send money. To post up to the military there. Where two essays are different? And you say, just 3 years, what happened in your government? People want to see what was going to go to jail. You want to make a to them before the legislation. Talking about if he found it, he's going to council. That's in the 2 essays. And why do you say? What the differences are there? What the differences are there? Who do you want to take to jail? And left with them. For a God and God, nothing will happen to it. You will be free. And you will walk like a free man in this country. And when you go, I want to say about swear, they come to the parliament, where did I go? They fall on their lap. They're all men saying the same thing. Like, for the spirit, you don't send money from place to place. As a civil society, and civil system. So do the rest of your course in the mind our border to protect our border. We were border yesterday. 3 days in here before I met one day. Then he said, so money, we already confess. So he said, look, when you're going to go, so will be free. We'll go and go, that's what happened to us. But it's not supposed to in jail for no reason. God will be the judge. God will be ahead of us.
Okay.
Thank you. Gafwan, thank you also. Okay.
Thanks so much. God does not sleep in all that we know and do. God is God, and anyone who lives in God, God lives in you. And one level of caution. For me, I don't have issues with people. I just spot out their issues, but that doesn't mean necessarily that I have issues with it. The way David Etta Brown Lasana announced her own resignation before getting word from the president, she has to be very careful. The Unity Party people, when they know that you are into something with them and you are leaving it in an angry manner, they can look for things and tie it all around you. If you don't agree, they put a lot of corruption charges on you, all kinds of things. I would not be surprised. Well, Joseph Boakado even said, no, we accept your resignation, but please pending audit of the National Elections Commission. I think it's possible Joseph Boakado able to do it. You announced that thing today. Up to now, Joseph Boakado had not come up with release yet. So he's looking for someone to afford them on you. That man may likely come up with something say we're auditing the National Elections Commission honor your stewardship. You're not going free. 1 year to your 10, any you just resign like that. And you say you told the president not say anything, and then you say announce yourself before the president responds. Hey, no, that's bad. Something is not right. The president will see us on the front. Watch out. They may not just allow you go, they will be right after you. At that time, I will be one of those persons to defend you. I'm gonna show you that. Folks, that's all the time we've got tonight. Until we are back here, God willing. And let's keep praying for our country. And those of you in the Pinsville Belt, sorry you are experiencing light problem tonight. I think it's on fire. I don't know why Pinsville Belt is just having problem in recent times, especially around the power plant area. And that's bad. So let's pray that God will continue to guard and protect us all in all that we do. Until then, do have a pleasant night. And tomorrow, that's where our talk returns. Right here on this very day. Do have a pleasant time. Bye-bye.
Ndakambuka nasema wanani mweya uri mupenyu mumuviri zvakava